What's going on, lovely people of the internet? It is Cool Money here with another video for you guys today. Today we're going to be talking about Aphria stock, aka APHA. This is a great stock. I've had a fun time with this stock myself. We're going to be talking about whether or not you should get involved with this stock or not, and we're going to be talking about just an overview of the stock, the general valuation, and just the risks and what might drive this price even higher in the future. So if that's something you would like and you'd like to see more of this content, I make videos on stocks and just the overall stock market every single day. And I'm not a financial advisor, but I have 2 degrees in finance, so I might know something that you might need some more information on. So if that's something you'd like to see more of, then hit that subscribe button down below. And the number one thing you can do for me is actually like the video, because liking the video helps spread this content to other people. It helps me grow my channel the most. So make sure you interact with that like button or dislike button. Both actually help me. So go ahead and do whatever you want. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about Aphria stock today. I've got some good information for you guys. I'm excited to make this video, and let's get right into it. So Aphria is a leading global cannabis company with operations in Canada, Germany, Italy, Malta, Colombia, and Argentina. So this company is all over the world besides for the United States, but we're going to be getting into that shortly. Their headquarters is in Canada, and they're licensed to basically cultivate and distribute marijuana products. This company is also heavily invested in expanding their cannabis operations, which is why it is a great candidate for a growth stock. It's listed under the Toronto Stock Exchange as well as the NASDAQ under ticker symbol APHA. So Aphria has recently acquired Sweetwater Brewing Company, which is a brewing company in the United States, and this is basically their ticket to entry into United States cannabis markets. Sweetwater Brewing Company is actually one of the largest brewing companies in the United States. They make a bunch of different craft beers, and they're actually known for their 420 beverage line, where they use hemp to produce these beers. Although their beer is not currently infused with cannabis, they're looking to do this in the future. So this is the perfect company to acquire in order to have cannabis infused drinks for Aphria. What I love about this acquisition for Aphria, it'll expand their portfolio of products as well as give them an entry into US markets, which will be increasing rapidly over the coming years. Another huge catalyst for this stock is its reverse merger with Tilray, which most of you guys have heard of already. Aphria shareholders will be getting 62% of Tilray, while the remaining Tilray shareholders will get 32% of the company, 38% of the company, and with that it'll be under the ticker symbol Tilray, and they'll just be a combined company from there on out. Aphria shareholders will be receiving 0.8381 shares of Tilray once this merger completes, and this actually creates an arbitrage opportunity, which I'm not going to be going over right now because we are going to be talking about the value of this company rather than a short-term trade that you may make. If you guys want me to make an individual video discussing this arbitrage opportunity, then leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to make a video on this in the future. I also briefly discussed this arbitrage opportunity in my Tilray video that I'm going to leave a link above on the screen right now, so check out that video if you want to see more on the arbitrage opportunity. This combined company will create the largest cannabis company in the world, so that's why people love this merger. That's why we've seen such a huge run up. There's a lot of speculation on whether or not they're going to enter the United States, and all of this combined has just really made the cannabis sector very hot in the last few months. It's very important in these growth sectors, so whether it's EV, whether it's cannabis, whether it's gambling, you want to be picking the winner in these sectors because there's a lot of competition. Everyone wants to get into this untapped market. Everyone wants to be the leader in global cannabis. It's a hard market because there's so much uncertainty, whether it's laws, whether it's regulation, we just don't know. And there's a lot of different companies that have over $1 billion in revenue, so we have to be picking the winner here. So I think with Aphria and Tilray, since they're going to be the largest global cannabis company, I think that's a pretty good bet on the cannabis sector personally. But we're going to be talking more about valuation later in the video, so make sure you stick around for that. And with this arbitrage opportunity, it actually makes more sense to buy Aphria's stock right now than Tilray, because Aphria in comparison is trading at a discount to Tilray. So if you want to be in it for the long term, I definitely recommend going for Aphria over Tilray right now. There has been some speculation that the United States will be legalizing cannabis with Biden's presidency. So this is actually what made me want to invest in Aphria. So as soon as I heard that Joe Biden was going to be president, actually it was before he even got elected, I bought this stock just in case, and I've seen some great returns on this stock. So it is very evident that this stock will be performing well if the US does decide to legalize cannabis, because they have their Sweetwater acquisition, they have their entry into US markets, they are ready to expand into this untapped market. Also, the US cannabis market is expected to double by 2025, so that'll put it at a $41.5 billion market, which is huge, and we expect these cannabis infused drinks to take up a large chunk of this market. Now, while everyone is hyped about the United States legalizing cannabis, Europe is actually twice the size in terms of population than the United States, and this market is also huge for legal cannabis. Both Tilray and Aphria have production facilities in Europe as we speak, so this is huge for the global cannabis market. Other cannabis companies are actually getting a similar amount of revenue than the expected amount of revenue that the combined Aphria and Tilray merger will produce, so that is a big risk because there's Curaleaf, Trulieve, and Green Thumb all having around $1 billion in revenue a year, so this is a huge risk. Even though Aphria and Tilray are going to be the biggest cannabis company, if they can't compete with revenue and another company is more efficient than them, then they might not be the global leader. Now, that being said, we have not yet seen the synergies of the combined Aphria and Tilray company, so we have to wait until then to truly speak on this. There's also been a huge run-up on Aphria and Tilray, and this is partly due to a short squeeze on Tilray, as well as just general frenzy in the cannabis sector. Now, we have to be mindful of valuations here, because this company was trading at a huge discount just a few months back. I got these shares for $5.48 a share just right before the election happened, and now it's trading at $18.85 a share, so that is a huge run up over the past few months. And whenever something runs up like this, I always tell people that they should be mindful of these valuations, because we don't know what's basing these valuations, and definitely a lot of this valuation is driven by retail speculation, so that is just something you need to be careful of going forward. If your cost basis of this stock is around the $10 range, then there's nothing that you really need to worry about right now. But if you're above $20 for your cost basis, just know you're in that speculative zone. It may be harder to see the returns you're expecting than if you got in a lot earlier. This stock is also highly dependent on the United States legalization. That's what it's been rallying on. That's what it's been pricing in lately. So if it does not happen, if Congress rejects this bill, if Biden vetoes this bill, if anything like that happens, then yeah, this stock will definitely suffer from it. Be patient on this stock. I never recommend FOMOing into a stock that's up over 100% in just a short amount of time. The cannabis industry is a big market. We don't know who's going to win. It's hard to predict who's going to win, especially with the information we have right now. If someone does know who's going to win and has very, very good information on this, then please leave a comment down below, because I would love to have that information personally. I'll double down on it. I say the best way to get involved in the cannabis industry is just through an ETF. Let the professionals do what they're doing the best, because right now I do not know if I see a company that has a particular moat in this industry. So I just want to show you guys what exactly I mean by be careful of valuations. So we look at Aphria right now, it's at $18.85. It's down 3% on the day, which is honestly a lot for a stock in a single day. But with a stock like this, it's kind of to be expected. Then if you bought this stock a week ago, you'd be down 15%. A month ago, you'd be up 10%. 3 months ago, you'd be up 159%. A year ago, you'd be up 587%. So guys, this stock is crazy. Like, it has some parabolic growth, and when you see growth like this, a lot of the future is being priced into the stock. So if the future doesn't go according to plan, anything can happen, and this stock can take a huge hit. And this goes for Aphria and Tilray. They've both seen growth like this, and it's really crazy to see something like this. As you can see, I'm in at 548, so I don't really have as much fear, because I got in over here when it was up 60% on a year, which is still high. That's still up a lot on the year, but it's not nearly as crazy as being up 587% on the year. And at one point it was up 859% on the year. So just be careful, guys. I know weed is the future. I know that this is a great sector to be involved in, but when you see a stock up this much, it's so hard for me to give a recommendation, especially because I bought it at $5.48. I'm not going to be averaging up when it costs $18 a share. So yeah, just be careful. When I'm investing in a company like this, I'm trying to look for the Budweiser of weed, or like the Heineken of weed. I'm not looking for some short-term profit. I'm looking for a company that's actually going to be here long term to justify valuations like this. And yes, while we are early in the cannabis industry's life cycle, we are seeing huge valuations being priced in. So it's hard for me to say that we have the best value play when looking at a stock like this. I don't want to upset anyone with this opinion, but it's just my personal opinion that a lot is being priced into this, and you may be able to get this at a much better price. I say if it's around $10 a share, that's when you start eating it up, you know? But at $20 a share, I think it could be pretty overvalued. To keep that in perspective, that's about 4 times as much as I paid for this stock. So I got 4 shares of this stock while you're getting 1 share of this stock for the same price, essentially. The math doesn't work out exactly that, but you know what I mean. I'm getting a lot more for what I paid for it than what you'd be paying for it right now. So while I know that's not like the best example of what to give when making a decision on this stock, that's just something to keep in mind, that there's a lot of people who are in on this stock early on who are capitalizing off people who are getting into it now. So just be careful, because these valuations are high, and I definitely recommend you wait it out, see what happens with this merger first, see what happens in the next year, see if their revenues increase. You know, there's a lot of things that you can look for. You don't have to jump into this stock right away, especially a volatile stock where you can lose 15% of your money in a week. So be careful. Make good decisions when investing in the stock market, and follow me so you can get some good ideas on whether these valuations are good or not. That being said, that's going to be it for the video today. If you guys are not yet invested in the stock market, make sure you sign up for WeBull using the link below. You get 2 free stocks. They're all valued up to $1,600 a stock. You get these stocks in around 2 weeks. It's basically free money, so you might as well sign up below. That's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and that's going to be it. Peace!